Hi there everybody. On today's video I have this Mercedes S350 Bluetec. This is a 2012 w221 chassis, and we're just going to have a quick look at the location of the fuses. Now, the fuses on this car, according to the manual, are located on the side of the passenger's dashboard here. We have one fuse box. We also have a fuse box in the rear. That's just behind the seat, basically. Well, there's an armrest in the center of the back seat. You put that armrest down and then we'll find fuses there. We'll have a look at that in a minute. This fuse box, we have one on the driver's side and one on the passenger side, on the sides of the dashboard. We'll have a look at that as well. Fuses in the engine compartment. There is two fuse boxes in the engine compartment, one that is close to the battery and another one that is on the other end, close to the brake fluid reservoir area, and we'll have a look at that as well. Now it says here on diesel vehicles you need to remove the control unit before we access the fuse box. So that is the four fuse boxes that we have in this car. So just follow obviously certain procedures before replacing a fuse. It says secure the vehicle against rolling, switch off all electrical consumers, remove the key from the ignition lock, and the fuses are located in various fuse boxes. Fuse box on the right and left hand side of the dashboard, fuse box on the rear, fuse box in the engine compartment, and another fuse box in the engine compartment. So that's the car we're talking about. That's the model. Now we need for one of the fuse boxes we're gonna need a T25 and an Allen key that is a size, where's the size? Size 4. So if you get your bonnet open and you have a look on this side here, you will find the control unit sitting there. Now we need Torx T25 to undo these two bolts here, or these two screws. I'm going to take those screws out, and then you can lift this up a little bit and pull it out, like so. Get that control unit to one side. With the Allen key, there are some Allen screws hiding. Well, they're not hiding, they're just I've got one there, as you may be able to see. There's one there, there's another one just on the side there, and another two in the back, one there and another one just hiding behind the cover a little bit. So I'm going to loosen those screws. They don't actually come out, they just stay in place. You can just loosen them. take this cover out. And that's where your fuses and some relays are. So you can just see them all in there. Now some fuses are not in certain holes here, are empty, but it just means that the car doesn't have that particular function. So that's why there's no fuses on some places there. Okay, so that's where that fuse box is. Now something I forgot to mention, it's also just states in here that the fuse allocation chart is in the vehicle document wallet. So you will need to have the chart to be able to find out which fuse is for what. So I'm gonna get the chart a bit later, which I think I've got it, but I'm not 100% sure. So hopefully I do. But in any case, if I don't, at least I can show you where the fuses are. Now we can put this cover back in here. Just make sure the cover is sealing properly, because you need to keep this area water free, basically. Okay, now we can move on to the next fuse box in the engine bay, and that one is sitting just here next to the battery. This one here, I've already opened it. It's just got a few clips on the sides that we need to open. So basically it's got these little clips, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then you just open them and this will come off, and then you have one fuse there and another 2 fuses there. So just a few fuses in there, not really that many. Get that back in there. Okay, now we're gonna have a look at the fuses inside the car. So, passenger side, open the door here, and again I've already opened that little cover so we don't waste time. But basically, if you get, there is a little opening here on the side, you may be able to see this little opening here. You can get a screwdriver in there and pop this cover open. It's just plugged in there basically, and you can see some fuses in there. Again, not all fuses are in use, as it really depends on the facilities and whatnot of the vehicle. So then we can close this cover. And that is that. there is that little opening there, and if we get this open, you will find some more fuses in there. And we can close that, and then we can have a look at the fuses in the back here. So we get the armrest down, and then this cover here is also in there, like so. Obviously we just lift this up, get that down, and then here we have yet another cover, this little cover here. If you pop that open, you will find yet more fuses, or the rear sum here. This is referred to as the rear sum, which sometimes fails on these cars. I had it failed on mainly on the C-Class really, but you never know. So you got some relays there as well, a few relays. All of these are relays, and that's basically where all the fuses are located in this car. So if I can't find my allocation chart, we may need to I'm gonna pause the video anyway, so you can find your fuses if that's what you're looking for, if you have an allocation chart. But I will look for that in my manual and whatnot, and we'll add it to the video. So I found the fuse list in my in the wallet of my manuals. This was in there. Here it kind of shows us the location of the fuse boxes, and we can also see here the boxes, the layout of the boxes, and also it shows us the fuses, the fuse numbers and amperes that they correspond to. So what we have, okay, so basically here in the vehicle interior on the right hand side of the dashboard. So on the right hand side we have these fuses, and those are the numbers there. So 80, or well, it starts at 70, finishes at 91. Then we have, let's have a look at the one that is interior left hand side. So those are the ones that are on the left hand side. They go from 92 until 113. Then we have the fuse boxes that are on the left hand side of the engine compartment. Or it says on right hand side, it's on the right hand side if it's on the right hand vehicles. This fuse box is the one that's basically sitting where the control unit is sitting on top of it, the ECU. And we have here fuses ranging from 41 to 51, 60 to 66, and also we have fuse number 20 there, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and so on. Now this other fuse box is the tiny little fuse box that is on the other side of the engine bay, and it just has a few fuses in there, literally 8, 9, 10 and 7 there, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And as we saw, there wasn't really, I think there was only 2 or 3 in there really. And then we have in the vehicle interior, behind the rear seat arm rest, we have this other fuse box. These are the relays, by the way, these squares here. So we have fuses ranging from 133 to 140, 141, 252, and 119 to 131, as well as a few others there, 115, 116, 17, 18. So that is the layout, and that's the fuses, that's the numbers. Now here we have the function of the fuses and the number. So the center section here is in English, so I will concentrate on that area and I will go down slowly. So if you're looking for a particular fuse, you can pause the video and have a look, but just remember, I can't really memorize the whole of this thing, and as a result, if you ask me for a specific fuse and what it does, I won't really know. And so this is it. Those are all the fuses that are in there. So as you can see, some components, something like the remote trunk opening closing, functions with a few fuses here. It's showing you 70, 74, 80 and 131. So if you were looking for something like that, then you would have to check all of those fuses and make sure they're all okay, because they all sort of correspond to that. But as you can see, fuse number 70 here also corresponds to the seat adjuster front, so as well as 80, 92 and 102. So you may actually realize that, like fuses like number 70, for example, if everything else is working, then they shouldn't affect the function of the thing that you're looking for. So then you would move on to maybe 74 or 80 or 131. Just a little tip there. This is it really. So all in all, you should be able to find this fuse list in your manual, wallet, service book, and I hope this video helps. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching.